TradingView is undeniably the #1 trading platform that every trader should have, and most still use it wrong. And so today, after 6 years of using TradingView and making hundreds of thousands of dollars because of TradingView, because I do all of my analysis on TradingView, I want to make a step-by-step breakdown of everything you need, tips and tricks for TradingView that not only a beginner but also an intermediate and advanced trader can take advantage of. So no more chit-chatting, let's go onto the screen. If you've never used TradingView, then you can get started for free. You don't need any credit card, nothing. So let's go. You click on get started for free and you can sign up free forever. Obviously, you're not going to be able to take advantage of all of the features, but believe me, the free already gives you basically everything you need in order to become profitable. So you come on to sign up, and I'm going to create an account and then we'll go through the setup. You just need to verify your email. In my case, it went to spam, so make sure to check spam if you don't have it there. Then you can create your username. Let's do Kimmel Trading YouTube. I've read. Now you will have access to all of the charting features, but you might say, well, is this a chart? Is this really what you are paying for? Well, no. You click on the full screen and all of a sudden you have a brand new chart that you can take advantage of. And we will talk about everything that we have available to us. So first, I don't use volume, so I remove the volume. Second, let's start with the settings of the charts because there's a lot of things that I don't like here. And the first thing is the grid lines. I don't use any grid lines and I don't like the crosshair at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a line and I'm going to reduce it to 10%. Why? Because like this, I can still see the lines, yet they are not in my face, just like they are right here. So I'm going to reduce it to 10%. Afterwards, I'm going to change the background because there's people that are light mode, there's people that are dark mode, and you can toggle that easily right here on the dark theme or non-dark theme. So if we quickly change to dark theme, you can see this is what it looks like. If I quickly change back to the light theme, this is what I personally like. But I don't like the white being in my face. And that is why I have custom colors, and you can do this too. So on the background, I actually have, so you come to add a custom color, and then you can create your own one. Again, you can create whatever you want. The chart can look as crazy or as bland as you want. I just have it a little bit of a shade darker because like this, it's still light, yet it's not in my face, right? Next thing is the candles. One of the things that traders don't know is that the red and green are there for one specific reason, and that is that they get emotion out of you. And the last thing I want to do is have emotions in the market. This is what I teach inside of Funded Trading Blueprint in terms of not wanting to have emotions in the market. So one of the things that I do is I've always changed the body of the candles, the borders and the wicks, the colors of the candles. I've always changed them. So you can do this yourself too. And this is going to change the color of the candles. You can play with this yourself, but I would always recommend you changing the colors to something that you like. I changed to blue and gray, and all of the borders and wicks are going to be black because they don't give me, in my strategy, that much information, right? Then status line, I keep everything. Scales and lines, I keep the same thing also. Canvas, we've already done this. If you are going to be doing trading on TradingView, which you can, if you come down to the trading panel, you can see all of the brokers that have it available to you. So these are a lot of brokers where you can trade from TradingView, which is absolutely amazing. So if you come back on trading, since in this case, I'm not going to be doing the trading here, you can toggle between on and off. So if you're not going to be trading here, then this is also not important. And all of the rest, if you want to show economic events like CPI, NFP, any sort of high impact news and medium impact news on TradingView, then you can also do that here. We can keep that on, but personally, I don't really do it. Now, one of the things that is very important is that you should be saving templates. And what that means is that if you come to chart template and you save as, for example, YouTube, so this is for the YouTube tutorial, and let's say that for some reason, I go and check the dark theme, and I'm like, I don't really like it, and then I go back to the light theme. You might think, oh my God, everything is gone. But in reality, you can just come to settings and go to YouTube. Usually you also have it here on the chart template. It should appear down here, but in this case, it's not appearing. And let's quickly change the crosshair back to 10% because that is much better. Now, let's go onto the watch list. The watch list is very important because the watch list is what is going to make you have basically a quick toggle between what you want to trade. So depending on what you trade, you can completely ditch this watch list. So if you want to create a new list of your own, you will have to upgrade. But don't worry, because you can simply delete all of these things and create your own right here. So let's say that I'm trading futures and I want to trade NASDAQ. So I want to trade NQ and I want to trade ES, right? One of the things to keep in mind, this is going to be delayed data. To get the up-to-date data, you either have to buy a prop firm challenge and then log into the broker, or you will have to pay $10 every single month, which is what I personally do. But a quick secret, if you don't want to use NQ and ES, which I still recommend you doing, you can use US 100 from any sort of broker, because it's going to be the same thing, or S&P 500, which is also from a CFD broker, right? Now, you can have all of this here. I am not really interested, so I push it down. The other thing with watch lists is you can create different lists inside of the list by doing sections. So if you add a section and you do, for example, now crypto, you can add afterwards Bitcoin, you can add Ethereum, right? You can add multiple things, and then this is a quick toggle. But let's imagine you want even another section. Let's say you want FX. So you add FX, you go on to add Euro US dollar, and for example, GBP USD. These, by the way, are all of the pairs that we trade inside of Funded Trading Blueprint. We trade EU, GU, but mostly right now we are trading NQ and ES. So the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Okay, so that is the watch list done. Now, chart analysis. This is where I would have loved to have had a video like this when I first started, because I had to learn all of these things by myself. And that is, right now we are checking the 15-minute time frame. And if you want to check the daily time frame, then you have to go and click 1 day. And then you move to the daily. But this is not easy. You want, just like the watch list where you can quickly toggle between them, you want to go onto the time frame and put a favorite on all of the ones that you use. In my case, it's from the daily down to the 1 minute. Because like this, now you have a very quick toggle between all of these timeframes and all of these charts. So you can already see how much quicker we are analyzing the charts. But okay, let's say that we are now analyzing the charts and we want to see, okay, where is the market currently at? Okay, the EU has moved lower. We're at the fair value gap. So I have to go here. Okay, it's not here. We have a trend line. Okay, I don't even like the trend line. Okay, let me see. Let me find. Okay, blah, blah, blah. You can see how we are already struggling with finding different things, right? Everything looks terrible. We're struggling to find different things. Don't worry. It's all going to become easier. So what you are going to do is the exact same thing we did on the time frames, we are going to do on the left side of the bar, which is the tools. So we are going to favorite the cross and the eraser, the trend line and the horizontal ray, the Fibonacci retracement, nothing on the third one, then the long position and the short position, date and price range, the brush, the rectangle and the arrow, the text, and that's it. So notice how all of a sudden we have this new bar, which you can toggle on and off here in the bottom left corner. And then it appears. And now all of this is very quick to select, right? You don't need to be looking for it right there, right? It's all just there. Now, this is already making your life so much easier. But let me tell you how you can make your life even easier. Well, there is one thing that is the magnet mode. So the magnet mode, what it is going to do is that it's going to attach to the highs, lows, opens, and close of the candle. So you can see high, open, close, low. Without me doing anything, my cursor can be all the way down here, close to it. We have also the strong magnet. That is going to go directly to, for example, the low right there. Or no matter where you are at, it can go towards the high, right? Or a quick shortcut to the strong magnet or the opposite, is clicking on the Mac, the command, or on Windows, what is appearing right now on the screen. So whatever you have selected, the command or what is appearing on the screen is going to do the opposite. You can see that that is being toggled on and off by pressing command. Now, I don't like the way that the line looks. So what I'm going to do by changing how thick it is, I always like the thinnest one. And then I'm going to do the black. And the text, I'm also going to do black. For example, let's say that I want to write text, market open. I can do the text alignment top, middle, bottom, but let's keep it at top and then to the right so it attaches to the right. I want to save this as a template for all of the market opens. So we do the exact same thing. Save drawing template as market open, right? And you can do this with every single drawing. For example, one of the things that I like the blue and the gray as risk to reward tools. So I would save this as longs. And let's say that for some reason this changes to orange. I don't know why it would change to orange, but you can quickly change this. And this is going to save the 180 pips and the 279. Do keep that in mind because let's say we go to the lower time frame and you want to set a long. This is very important because a lot of people don't understand this. Let's say that you want to do this, which is going to save the last one you had. But if you now apply the template, it's going to go crazy down because you saved it as 180 pips. So make sure that when you save a risk to reward tool, you save it with a stop level similar to what you usually use. So let's say 10 pips. You come here, save longs. There you go. And now this is going to override it. If I want to enter on a long on pound dollar and I change this to red for some reason, again, I don't like to use red and green because it's going to trigger on yourself mentally. Then there you go. Now this has a 10 pip and I can change however I want. You can also change on TradingView between different candles. So for example, we have the bars, we have the line. You can change what you are basing the line off of. So it can be the close, it can be the high, it can be the low, right? You can change this on multiple different things, but usually I do it on the close. You can change the color and then you press OK. Again, you can save it as a template, but I don't usually use the line. You can have hollow candles, but whatever you need, you have it here. Just keep in mind, for example, if you want to see the volume footprint, you have to upgrade your plan. So let's go back to the candles and we see everything as it was before. Now let's say that you want to add an alert because once pound dollar comes all the way up here, let's increase this so you can see this better. And black, again, if you want to save drawing as a template, you can. And you want to see this. That means you want TradingView to notify you once it reaches this level. So what you would do is you would come onto the level you want to get notified on and click add alert on GBP USD. So once the market comes towards this level, you will be notified. And we can see that happening very soon. Let me quickly do this. And now the alert was triggered, right? Currently my computer does not have sound. So you would hear a sound, you would get a notification on your phone, which is very nice. One of the things that people don't know is that let's say you use support and resistance, right? And this is right now your resistance. You can actually set an alert on trend lines breaking, right? Trend lines, any sort of drawing that you want to get notified on, you can put an alert on it. So all of a sudden, once we cross this level, I will get notified once again. And that is absolutely amazing. I've used this so many times. This has been one of the biggest game changers in my trading. Now, bar replay is one of the things that is important because if you want to become a profitable trader, eventually you will have to backtest your strategy to know if you are long-term profitable, if the strategy you are trading is long-term profitable. Obviously, you have strategies like Funded Trading Blueprint that have been proven over time to work consistently in the markets. But still, for you to get experience with the strategy, backtesting is always good. But this is, again, something that is a feature. One of the softwares that I would recommend if you don't want to pay for TradingView would actually be TradeZella because they do the journaling and they give you the backtesting basically for the same price as TradingView. And so you would have TradingView for free and you would have TradeZella, which has a small subscription, but still would allow you to journal automatically and would allow you to backtest, which is very, very good. If you want to add indicators, then you come all the way up here and you can add the volume, AMD, whatever you want, you can add, and you can look for example, ICT. Okay, we have ICT kill zones, or we have ICT concepts, ICT everything. Let's delete these so you can see. So for example, you can look for ICT, ICT everything. Now that is being added. Let's say you want support and resistant channels. You can add that, right? Any sort of indicator that you are looking for, you can find it here. You can also browse through the technicals, be it strategies, patterns, indicators. So if you use indicators, this is a very, very powerful way to have the indicators in line with your chart and have it on the best platform ever. I've tried doing it on MetaTrader, which is also free, but I simply can't. And even NinjaTrader, I've tried everything and I always come back to TradingView for charting. I can't do anything else. Okay, so that is why I still do it on TradingView and I am doing this breakdown. So next up, if you want to have multiple layouts, you would need to pay, but you can change this layout, for example, into YouTube again. But let's say that you want a layout for backtesting and the layout for analysis. Then you would have, for example, right here, rename it to analysis. And then on the next one, let's say that you are backtesting and you want to have your risk to reward tools. Let's say you took a trade right here. Let's say you took a trade right here, and then you took a trade here. Let's say you took multiple trades on your backtesting, which you don't want them to disappear and you still want to see them. Then you should be doing this on another layout. So you would want to keep your exercises and your analysis on different layouts. And that's what the layout is there for, is because let's say I want to have a very clear chart, I would not want to have this. And every time I'm doing analysis, I want a clear chart and nothing else. So I always use different layouts for analysis and for trading exercises. But again, if you are going to do your backtesting on TradeZella, let's say, then you won't need different layouts, so you can keep the free subscription. So I would recommend you going through all of the drawings and make sure that they look exactly how you like it. So for example, I always like this in the dark and then with a low opacity, which makes it basically gray. This is how I draw my boxes. This is how I draw my levels, my fair value gaps, my order blocks, anything we need in order to become profitable inside of Funded Trading Blueprint. Now, one of the things I would like to say is that to make sure that you have a very, very clear line, you can use all of these shortcuts. Like, okay, I want to mark out this and I want a line that goes to the right. So you would come onto Trendline, you would magnet it in, so it doesn't matter if I'm all the way up here. And then instead of trying to make this as perfect as possible, okay, it was 925, so I have to do 925. I really can't. You can actually just use the shift, and the shift is going to put you in all of the 90 and 45 degree angles. So you can do this, and that is perfect. Once again, you can change everything right here. I want this black, I want this black, and I want this in like between 4 and 1. Doesn't really matter. The other thing you can do with your watch list is you can add tags onto them. So let's say that you are looking for a trade on Bitcoin specifically. You can come here, add this flag, and all of a sudden you know that this is waiting for you. The next drawing tip that I do want to give you, so let's do the exact same thing. If we just do the drawing, if you want to just duplicate it, you can come here and click on clone, or you can press Command on Mac, or what is appearing right now on the screen for Windows, you can just press Command and then drag this out, and you will always be duplicating what is selected, right? And then if you want to go back, you click on Command Z, or all the way up here, this is Command Z. On Windows, you will see exactly what it is, and it's going to be on screen right now. Like that, drawing on the charts becomes even easier. Now, one of the things, if you want to lock all of the drawings so you can't move it anymore, you click on the lock right here. This is going to lock all of the drawings. But if you specifically want to lock this one, you also have the lock. Like that, I can't move it, I can't extend it, I can't delete it, I can't do anything. So that is what the lock is there for. If you want to hide all of the drawings, if for some reason, let's say you have something that is cluttering your screen, you're full, and you want to just see raw price action, you come here, you click on hide all drawings, and all of a sudden you have very clear charts. You can also show it again. You can just hide drawings, just hide indicators, hide positions and orders, or hide all, right? So Command Z, and now I've removed all of that. All of your alerts and all of the history of your alerts is going to be here. And let's say that you have a bunch of drawings. I'm just doing this just so you are able to see. Let's say you have a bunch of drawings and you want to delete a specific one. You can come onto object tree and you can hide or remove each one of these things. So let's say that you also have a long right here that resulted in a loss. You don't want to see it anymore. You just come here and click on the long position and that is now gone, right? You can come select this one, shift, select the last one, and now you've selected all of them. So that is perfect. Or let's also say that you've entered in a short. So let's say you have entered in the short and all of your analysis, let's do all of this analysis right here. So we had order block, we had the fair value gap right here. This was also respected. We had a bigger order block, but we had clear liquidity at the low. What you can also do is you can either select all of these or, as I said, select one, select the other, and then you can create folders, groups of drawings, because you can come here, okay, short EU, and then you can actually hide or just lock these ones because you are hiding or locking a specific group, right? So the folders are very, very good in case you have that OCD of you want everything organized. You can do that with TradingView, which is so nice. Let's say you also want to take a screenshot of the trade that you have just taken or that you have taken before. Both of these work once you are journaling, right? You can come here onto the snapshot, right? You can click on copy image or copy link. The link is going to give you a specific link that is going to take you to a screenshot in case you want to send it to someone, for example. But this is going to copy a PNG. You can also download the image, which is going to download the PNG and put it on your computer. Or you can, instead of copying the link, just open in a new tab. And this is going to open up the link that it would give you either way. This one is usually giving me a bug. So you just click on refresh and your screenshot is going to be right here. So that is the screenshot feature. Another thing that you can do is you can record a trading idea. And this is where, for example, you go into continue to publishing. You can record the screen and all of a sudden TradingView is going to be recording. So let's say, click on allow. And then afterwards, once you stop, you click on stop and then you continue to publishing. Let's say TradingView recording. You can do whatever. This is just a test. Continue. You can make it private. You say you're bullish or bearish. Category, you need to give it a category and then publish private idea. And then you are able to share this with someone. You are able to use this for yourself, for example, for your journaling. I've used a lot the snapshot feature, which is what I use the most. And the publish feature, I use this a lot. So as I said, TradingView is the best platform for charting. I have no questions about it. If you want super cluttered charts or if you don't want cluttered charts at all, TradingView is the way to go. And so with that being said, I hope this helped. I hope this gave you some good tips in order to draw better, chart better, and just make more profits from trading using TradingView. So I hope you enjoyed. This is not sponsored. I don't have an affiliate link with TradingView. I don't really care. I just like to make hundreds of thousands of dollars from the market trading with TradingView and teaching others how to do it through Funded Trading Blueprint, which we've gotten so many traders funded. We'll have a lot of certificates popping right here. We've gotten tens of thousands of dollars in payouts. We've gotten over 10 million of funding acquired. We've had people that knew nothing about trading become profitable in less than a year. And we've had traders that have been trading for over 3 years and never found any sort of consistency, then get funded and get payouts. So if you want to check out Funded Trading Blueprint, it's going to be the first link in the description. And I hope you enjoyed all of this with TradingView. If you want to see my template for the chart colors, it's also going to be in the description. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.